it's an antiquated. Yeah, a gang member. That's confusing because people use that term anymore. Yeah, a gang member. One of these gangs. I don't completely different from an incel from one of these like random schools. I think that if you look at like a lot of their life experiences and a lot of it, and you distill it down to like base core concepts, I think you will find more similarities than differences.
Point. Meantime, investigators are trying to piece together everything that happened here. Last night, the bodies of the two firefighters who were killed were removed from the mountain here. They were shot dead, having gone to battle a fire around 1:30 p.m. Pacific time in the mountains here, but within minutes of arriving, found themselves instead facing sniper fire.
Disclosed TV posted what appears to be the shooter transitioning. Bullshit. I'm not gonna play that up. I'm not gonna it's a trans person because they have long hair. Get the fuck out of here.
A hidden sniper opening fire on them, prompting a frantic emergency call from another firefighter. Listen here.
We need law enforcement up here immediately. We got another Coeur d'Alene firefighter down. We've got two unresponsive gunshot wounds, multiple gunshot wounds. Two Coeur d'Alene firefighters are down. I'm pinned down. It's clear to me that this fire was intentionally to draw us in.
Police, SWAT teams, and FBI agents rushed to the scene. Around 3 officers in all, and for some time they continued to take sniper fire. The sheriff saying it was clearly a trap that was set. Listen to the sheriff.
Yeah.
When you have an environment where you don't know where the bullets are coming from because of the trees and the shrubbery and what have you, it is daunting for police officers, let alone firefighters who are there just to put out the fire. So it's very, very difficult. Very difficult for the helicopters to see.
Why are more people violent today than they were decades ago? What's changed in those decades? One of the big reasons why is that there are a lot of tools of socialization that existed in previous cultures that no longer exist in current cultures. So I think that like some of the big reasons why that happens, number one, you have a lack of faith, and that is faith inside, and this is a general term, but I am using it primarily in terms of a religion, is that there is no guiding North Star or moral principle of society anymore that really tethers together the moral fabric. And so like in a lot of countries, you have a predominant ideology, or at least in America, you have a predominant religion. So that religion, obviously religion can manifest in bad ways, but for most people in most religions, it manifests in good ways, and it acts as an ordering force in their life, and it creates an additional deterrent that keeps them away from doing bad things that exist outside of the corporeal realm as like an existential accountability measure, like going to hell, for example, or if you die a martyr or something like that, you have like virgins whenever you die or something. There's a million examples of this, but they exist in this facet. So that's number one. Number two is a breakdown in society. So you don't have anymore what are referred to as third places. So for example, it's bullshit. No, it's not. It's not. I'm sorry. I know that there's a lot of atheists, and I'm an atheist too. I don't think that it's necessary. It's not necessary for me, but you have to be able to think outside of your own mind. Stop thinking from your own decision-making apparatus and start thinking from the mind of another person. So yes, stop thinking about how you think and then assuming everybody else thinks like that. Let's see here. How's faith working out in Gaza? I don't know. Why don't you ask the idea? And so anyway, the fact is that with a lot of or ask Hamas, which again are just, are we going to act like everybody there is doing that? Like, again, listen, religion has a huge ordering effect of society.
It does.
And I think that it is a massive important thing to have for a huge contingency of the population. I know that a lot of people might not like that, but I think that it's true. And I think that to the extent that we have divorced religion from popular culture and society, political dogma, ideology, intersectionality, sexual identity, gender identity has replaced religion. So it's not like we've gotten rid of religion. We've simply replaced religion with somehow an even more retarded version of religion. Somehow Noah's Ark seems a little bit more believable than transitioning and saying that you're a woman means that you can compete against other biological women in sports.
Exactly.
Can we just go back to Noah's Ark?
I agree.
Makes more sense.
I agree.
And so anyway, no, that's the way so that's number one. You have no third spaces, so that means that's like besides work, like you don't not going to the skating park anymore. You're not going to a land center. You're not going to church. You're not going to a coffee shop. And so people inside of these isolated bubbles on the internet that increasingly radicalize them until they pop off like this. That's
Dumbo, I'm so sorry. I'm just so you could just tell me later. I'm not mentally well to hear it. I guess it's because, well, it's probably Young Ton doing it because someone on Twitter, even though they're an idiot because they did it wrong, they actually want to expose the door number of where we live and the region that we live in. It's so funny that they didn't put the darn city. It's probably Young Ton. I swear that man needs to be deported or he needs to be put down on a leash. I mean, or someone. And the funny thing is this is an anime profile picture. They're following Crunchyroll, which is damn, what is it? It's supposed to be when you watch animes, yes. And some other account that they're following. It's weird because they must have just created their account 30 years ago. I blocked them. I'm not going now. I'm not. But yeah, it's actually the only one that's here right now. I've just been feeling so stressed out, constantly comparing myself to those other YouTubers because they have it so great. And not to be mean to that YouTuber. Not YouTuber, TikToker, because I'm really jealous that he gets to speak so many languages so well, and because he's attractive and he gets to just have good interactions with people. He doesn't speak those languages fluently, even though you don't need to, of course. But some people say that he is a little bit weird, and nothing harmful. He is a little bit weird, but I need to get that out of my system. Dumbo, I don't know. I thank Matthew and Peanut Butter for visiting yesterday. Oh, it meant a lot, honestly. And Froggy, and hope Bronny's doing well. Darren especially. And people thinking I forget my viewers? No, because they're the ones that are most active. Yeah, I just been so stressed out because I wish I could help my mother up more and just move back to. I don't care if people know where I live. I want them to know. That's how those 4 boys lived, and they were really kind to me. They weren't threatening me. Otherwise, I would talk about it. Him didn't. So I don't know why people keep doing this. Yeah, you know where I live. Get over it. Golly, our town in that place. Get over it. It's so funny doing that, but oh my gosh, I don't get it. It just bothers me when they do that. I remember when after we got evicted, right when I first started having my melt, they would share where my brother, my mother worked. Yeah, that's illegal, right? They didn't care. I'm surprised they haven't, as people would say, they haven't been captured. They did. That was 8 years ago. They've been doing this almost a decade. Can they just get over it? Or anyway, yeah, they did. But of course, since they have a lot of lives, that they don't have especially Matthew, because he said that his laptop has been damaged and something about his EMT job as a paramedic. So I don't blame them for going through a lot. Honestly, so have I. And I know what you mean, because I felt the same way with my mom, and you have a right to be upset, right? Yeah, I mean, I hope whoever did that, you're breaking the law as it is. Yeah, you may know where we live or whatever, but I didn't give you the right to share that information. So I blocked them. I could just reported them, but it's not going to do much. Blocking is more than enough. I hope Darren's been doing okay as well, and I hope others will be on here. I wish I could just basically and just get another breakdown, not meltdown, just ranting loudly. My mother's not here because I'm loud. I cannot do it. I didn't bother reporting the account double. I just blocked it. I think that's more than enough. I screenshotted, of course. So that's enough for me.
And you have also a breakdown of the family structure. Many of these people have absent parents, single parents, or a even worse parental structure. There's a lot of reasons why these things happen. And I think that if you break it down and you look at it, it actually makes a lot of sense.
Let's see. I'm an atheist, but I can 100% see how religion can help people finding meaning. Yeah, that's true, though. Depends how you practice it, though. As they say, or at least that's how Professor Farnsworth was saying, it's how you use it. I love that quote. The same for social media is how you use it. I use it just to have people come together, not basically active in their prayer to see me performing with my pups. That is not right. Oh, maybe uplift people and guide. Yeah, I agree. A lot of gay members or Coalition members are Catholic. Oh, I'm not surprised.
And by the way, those are some of the reasons. I'm giving you some reasons. I every reason. Somewhere someone's blaming video games, or somebody has killed somebody else over the video game at some point in time. I just don't really think it's a recurring thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Dumbbell.
This was a total ambush, taken by surprise.
Trust me, my board acts weird sometimes too. I got an ad. I'm on time for these ads. Sorry. Golly, just let me watch him speaking and reacting. I'm on time for the stupid running medicine ad. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting a little irritated. All right, I'm just gonna let the ads play through. Oh man, I got a headache. I want to make us up this whole just because I wish I could get that. He only gets followers on TikTok, not YouTube. Oh God, I hate feeling just towards other people because it'd be nice if I was in that position. Sucks having social anxiety and basically PTSD and not wanting to trust people much. No, Dumbbell. You mean firefighters, right? They're just killed by some 20-year-old man.
The sheriff declared that there was no longer a. And just to repeat the breaking news, the Associated Press reporting that the shooter has been identified to them by law enforcement officials as a young man called Wes Rowley. As for the condition of the wounded firefighter who was also evacuated from the mountain, he went through emergency surgery last night. The sheriff at that point described it as fighting for his life. We are told this morning that he is in stable condition. One small piece of good news in this terrible tragedy.
Base firefighters.
Indeed. Thank you so much. I cannot imagine a worse scenario than our brave first responders rushing to a fire to put it out and just ambushed, totally unprotected, and now likely the fire was started to lure them in. It's just absolutely.
So, Emily, glad they have the suspected in custody.
Well, he's dead, right?
He's now passed.
Yeah.
I don't care about him. I don't want to know his motive. I don't want his name. I don't want to know his back, his childhood, nothing. He killed 2 innocent
Exactly.
I think that you have to figure out, I think reading these people's manifestos, I agree with her perspective. And I would even agree with not showing their faces. But I think understanding who they are and knowing why they did it helps create a profile for other people that do this in the future. Because I'll be honest, I think that a lot of the same people, it seems pretty easy to profile these people.
Running towards danger.
He's been doing okay.
Unsung heroes.
I see her perspective,
people in that community
of course I do.
lined the roadways yesterday as they brought their bodies to the morgue. I don't want to know about this guy. I want to know more about those unsung heroes.
Thanks for 10
That's who I want to know about this morning.
Harris, I spoke with a few of my friends there in the Pacific Northwest who are part of the firefighting community, and they are just absolutely devastated and in shock. This is totally unexpected.
Yeah, and when you hear the real-time call for help and that the firefighters on the ground believe that it was set and they were drawn in, I mean, that's so jarring to know that they're taking incoming fire and they're telling the world what they think has happened. If you'll allow me, Emily, I want to save some of my time for you, John.
Yeah, it's a whole lot.
Is this domestic terrorism?
Good
We
question.
don't know yet. I think what we need
I
to,
find it to be unlikely that it's domestic terrorism. Terrorism is generally for a political means. Shooting firefighters, it seems unlikely. Yeah, and also, by the way, terrorism is very simple. It's violence for a political means. I don't think that, like, because firefighters are one of the least politicized groups in terms of a government apparatus.
Yeah, I understand that, Bill.
I think that making, like, assuming that it's because of them being firefighters, it's terrorism, I think that's just illogical. That's all. And also, like, I'm not ruling it out. I'm just saying you shouldn't start with that as a premise.
have is a full investigation. Unfortunately, we
That
have to
wouldn't be
know
where I
everything
start
about
with.
him and his background. In the short term, we need to understand, is it terrorism? Is anybody helping him? Was anybody working with him? That's why the FBI is there, to see if this is part of a larger
But
conspiracy.
of course, they're
And then I
terrorists.
think we have to figure out ways to punish people like this to stop them, because I totally agree.
Well, he's dead.
We have people
Problem
going,
solved.
rushing in to save people's lives. Now they have to worry about people shooting at them. So we have to figure out ways to deter people from ever doing this in the
Yeah, I
future.
don't know why.
If there are people helping him, he's 20 years old apparently, and his parents should have known. Then
Maybe.
unfortunately they have to be investigated.
You cannot expect the parents to know, like, come on.
Too, it reminds me of cases of minors who've had guns and done school shootings.
He's not a
And we
minor.
have had to punish the
Did
parents
2
for not
years and not being a
reporting them.
minor.
If they stolen guns, if they shouldn't have had weapons. I think we have to do that kind of full field investigation. In the long run, we have to think about culture. Shouldn't people be condemning the shooter and praising the firefighters?
Right.
Well,
All of that is
We're going
not-
to talk, I think, later about people who won't condemn terrible speech. At the very least, our politicians should be able to
Whoa,
Huh?
whoa, what are we doing? Whoa.
What?
condemn this kind of conduct.
Well, and you hit the reason why I asked that question. Are there add-ons
What?
legally if it's a certain category of crime? And you're right, it's too soon to know, but you answered that. Yeah, so we know that
This
there
guy's
will
got
be,
an
depending on
agenda.
what the-
Yeah, and there's always enhancements that can be put online and weight and the like. And I know too, first of all, it's a smaller community there, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. It's rural, it's a tight-knit community. And the first responder community is still reeling from the loss from the deaths there to the firefighters from the fires a few years ago. So this is a community that is still suffering from
Jesus
that. And then to have an ambush occur,
That's
it
bad.
just absolutely defies logic and it really shocks the conscience, right? Emily, I agree. That was the first thing I thought of when I saw this. Think about what the firefighting community has been through. Idaho.
I mean, look, I'll pull up this guy and I'll find out and see information about what's this guy's name. I want to go ahead and look at it. His name
And
is
Dumbo,
fucking
the
Reese.
20-year-old that murdered those two firefighters, he's dead. Good riddance, though. You know, I wish he was alive so that he could be and suffer in life in prison. So basically, he took the coward way out. Really, really upsets me thinking about it. Oh my God. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I wish he wasn't so that he could suffer in solitary confinement. He took the coward's way out.
Yeah, I guess so. Man, let's see if there's any information about this. Here's your anti-law enforcement connection. Wes Rowley's father is a member of the Hooligans Outlaw Biker Club. The suspect is shooting, killed 2 Idaho firefighters and injured is a 20-year-old Wes Foley. Okay, let's see if I can find this. And again, this is all suspected. It's not 100% certain yet. He's had a prior arrest for assault in 2024. The incident involved him alleged woman with a knife in which he was in charge with a felony assault with a deadly weapon. He through misdemeanor assault, sentenced to 180 days in jail with 150 days suspended. He was ordered to undergo mental health evaluation and anger management classes. Media activity, particularly on X, revealed the content. He posted about his disdain for authority figures. including police and firefighters, and expressed radical views and posted threats and general hostility towards society. Additionally, he was known to have made threats against his family, leading to a no-contact order being issued against them. See, this is what I was talking about. This person should have been locked up as soon as they went after
exactly.
And then you have you have a person that and these are two, this is exactly what I'm trying to talk about, right? Is that this is a person who, went after and tried to stab somebody with a knife, and also has a no contact order with their family. This person should have been locked in a padded room.
I agree.
And this should have never happened.
I agree.
And now 2 people are dead because of the supposed empathy that we have for psychopathic parasites like this freak. And luckily, he killed himself, so we're not going to have to pay for him to stay in jail for the rest of his life.
True.
He did us a favor. But the problem is that there's going to be another one like this, and it's going to happen again. Until people can stop these problems and have the unedited photo. Yeah, this is the person, right? I mean, I don't know.
What the? He's 19 in that photo? He looks like he's a damn 14-year-old. Oh, my. He looks like a fucking child. Let's see. Wearing those, what is it called, Dumbo? It's, because I know since you live in the South, you've probably seen people wearing those. Like how blanket rockers, rock bands, right? They wear, think about muscle shirts. Is that what it's called? There's no sleeve, right? Basically, that's what he's wearing, and then he long hair, right? And why is he holding a coconut with a? Oh my god! Oh, he's giving, let's just say, punks or emo boys a really bad look. Wow, incredible.
I had hair like this whenever I was, a teenager.
He looks like a damn 14-year-old. Oh my.
20, the photos me. I think domestic terror. You think? No, I don't think so. Difference happening? Well, I don't know if there's that. Let me see if I can pull it up right now, and I'll see it. And so yeah, same. Yeah, exactly right. I would have hair like that now, but that's not really the case. I'm sorry to say. And what is this here? Let me see if I can find it. But yeah, I don't know where the rest of the information is on this. So yeah, discover on age and not be posting about his family unless I need to. So where is he headed and for how long? This part of mother is really her mom. I don't know where this is here. This is some bullshit. He has a tree service. Okay, that's not really very relevant. And since it's public, May 25, mom and new boyfriend take a trip to DC without Wes Rowley. I'm thinking this kid might have had problems with mom's new life. All I can tell you is mom is very conservative and just posting facts. So this is like his mom and then I guess her new stepdad. Okay, wow. And just set a compound in the mountains. His dad is a member of Against Outlaw. Oh, geez. Wow. And stepfather of the Idaho shooter, Wes Foley, a recent trip to Washington, D.C. Oh, boy. And wow. This guy, his parents had a restraining order on him, and he went to jail for attacking someone with a knife. See, I want you guys to see this. This is the kind of person we let run wild in society.
Yeah.
This is it. And now 2 people are dead.
I agree.
Many such cases.
I agree.
What could go wrong? Yeah, mental asylum. That's right. Absolutely. And well-adjusted human right there. Yeah, 100% has to stop. The problem is, here's what the problem is. The problem is weaponized and altruistic, selfish empathy. People that they're being a good person, letting an individual like this live a life of freedom.
They don't deserve that.
They don't realize is that their life of freedom takes it away from everybody else. Now, the entire way they have to live inside the threat and the fear of the animals living among us. Until we can recognize problems before they happen, and we can treat them like they need to be treated, we will continue to see these tragedies. until we bring back mental asylums and we put people like this away. It's the tolerance paradox. It's not tolerance paradox. It's people doing this because they think it makes them feel good and they think they're being a good person. That's the reason why Asmongold is trying to radicalize us. If I became president, I would at least triple the amount of people in jail.
Yeah,
I would triple the amount of people in jail and I'd force them into labor.
absolutely.
We'd solve every problem in society in 6 months.
Absolutely.
We wouldn't need guardrails in front of subways. We wouldn't need to have everything under glass cases. You know, all those people be in jail.
Yeah,
And they'd
absolutely.
be in mental asylums or somehow locked away, and everybody else can live a life of freedom. Yep, the solution.
It's a good video, though. Yeah, Dumbo, believe it or not, his parents did want to put a restraining order. I wish your brother was put on a restraining order because of all the stories that you told me about what he did. Because your brother's a lost cause at this point. I think they should have arrested him before when he got a restraining order, and I do agree with you on that. And it looks like the U.S. justice failed the country again. Yeah, it did. It did. Honestly. And this should have been arrested. In fact, did you know that crimes can make people want to do crimes? Dumbo, that's an interesting question. I didn't know that. See, it's kind of funny though because honestly, I'm thinking it's so weird because let's just say in Norway, if you basically murder someone, you don't get life in prison. Yet their prisons are hotel based because they look so comfortable, right? It doesn't make any sense because if we did that here in the US, then our crime rate should have went down. But it doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't because Norway, they're doing a good job on that. But yet again, we are way much bigger. But it's a little confusing. It is though because they don't get long prison sentences. It's confusing because when we give long prison sentences, then they act up more. But at the same time, though, giving them too little will basically would cause more harm. Yeah, Dumbo, if you look up Norwegian prisons on Google, you kind of see where I'm coming from. At least that's what I've heard. But their punishment is that they cannot see their family. And, well, there's not that much to punish. There is punishment, but it's not as bad as here in the U.S., I guess. And, of course, they don't have to wear a uniform. Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear about that, Dumbo. I know about what you told me, right? I just hope that you told your neighbor and manager about it, that you're being stalked because they were sending you a death threat. I'm so sorry I cannot help you much, especially since I've not been feeling mentally well. And it's a shame that I just can't get new people wanting to come in on my channel. It's no matter what I do, I just can't get people coming in. It sucks. I get frustrated because I feel helpless, and I want to have more people. I had to be honest because I feel it's unfair that you had to do the work and Tim as well. And then other people, they just don't get suggested my channel. I feel that YouTube kind of built the system or us flashbacks because we don't want to basically give ones that are less unknown a chance. Also, I got a little bit jealous of a YouTuber that posted their first video when they visited Iran. It was a good video, but I got a little bit jealous because they have so much confidence and they have a couple of friends that they hang out with. That's great, but I don't want to. I subscribe to that channel because I want to be supportive, but I feel jealous at the same time because I just feel that I'm not offering much, literally, especially with my poor mental health. I feel that I basically failed as a human being myself, and I'm glad they enjoyed it, Dumbo. I know the video wasn't that long because I had some audio problems, so I did the best I could to share it. And yeah, I don't blame you, Dumbo. That's why I try to avoid them, though. They don't do anything bad, of course not. It's just, it makes me feel inadequate. I'm jealous of you that you could get a job and you're a decade younger than me. I mean, I feel guilty. I feel that my life is over. I feel that I'm surprised I didn't die by suicide yet. It's my decision, though. It's not selfish. I just don't have the courage just to die. It kind of sucks, really. And that means a lot that I helped you. Honestly, that means a lot. I just wanted to be honest with you. I have been feeling depressed before I started the live stream. I've not been feeling well in the brain. It actually makes sense. I'm gonna change the title. I'm just gonna put I've been feeling depressed lately. But I could actually change the title while I'm live streaming. But my MacBook though, it takes so long, doesn't do anything. I hate this darn thing. Also, I don't know who the other person. It's so weird. They liked the live stream, but they left. I wish I knew who they were though. Oh, it irritates me. They could at least say hello. I don't want anyone to feel forced though. Of course not. But golly. I just don't want it to be the people that we muted. Because I find it an insult. All right, it's not working. Gosh, it says the page is on response. Anyway, I've just been playing Soul Train lately. Oh my goodness. You know, there's another video. Let's see. Tectone uploaded what? Why Americans are fat and how Japan escaped obesity. Did he just did a video of that? Do I really care for that right now? Not really. Anyway, I'll probably watch this some other time. Yeah, I guess a title. It'd be nice if we got some news in here. If anyone ever does live stream, I hope that you don't feel hesitant to say hello, unless you're muted. I do not hear because I don't know why. I just have to be honest. It just irritates me when